Okay, now I'm recording it, and your guys' streams are loading. All right, perfect. Got your guys' streams up. All right, now. All right, we're gonna go ahead and start it up. So your guys, your guys' streams aren't having any issues. You guys can hear everything. So, both of you guys' chats welcome. We had quite a few difficulties. I'm guarantee I will have everything figured out and ready for the next episode. This one I'm going to record and send directly to YouTube. So, all right, here we go. So the first question that I have for you guys, either one will can answer right away. Doesn't matter who it is or and how it goes. But I want to first of all thank you guys for coming on. It means
Absolutely.
a lot.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah. Happy to be here.
It means a lot that I have a couple of guys that are really wanting to do something like this, and I have other people figured out for the next few episodes. One of them is I'm sure you both know, and I'm really excited that he agreed to do it. Is Real Asian Robot.
Oh, nice.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good deal.
He's going to be. I'm doing a. It's a special edition of the show where I have just him on it. He didn't want it to be that way, but there's so much that I want to cover with him because of how long he's been streaming, and he got me into it, and where I'm at today, I owe everything to him. I don't know how much of an influence he had on you guys or anything like that, but I feel like he needs to get his recognition, at least for me, as not only as a colleague, but as a fan. I'm a huge fan of his.
Yeah, Robot is one of the first people I met when I started on Mixer back in whatever that was, December or something.
Mm-hmm.
One of my first streams, I don't know how or why, randomly popped in and he's like, your microphone sucks. Here, try this setting. Just try this on your what are you using for this? How are you doing this? There, that sounds better. Hey, we can actually see you now,
Yeah.
I'll remember that my actual first real live broadcast was him telling me what I was doing wrong.
Yeah. What about you, Dreamer? Do you have anything with him?
No, nothing that I've had with him personally. I've heard of him, know who it is, but from my end, nothing, person to person interaction.
Okay. Yeah, he's a great guy. He was like I said, he's a big reason on why I am where I am today. I would not be here at all if it wasn't for him, because there was a time in my stream where I was really down, and I had like no viewers or one viewer and everything, and he kept pushing it in my head like it's not about how many, it's about the quality and all that. So if he wasn't around, I wouldn't be around. So I owe him so much. So first question, we'll go ahead and give the first question to Dreamer here, and Dreamer, when you're done with your response, we'll go ahead and flip it over to don't tell me, I got it, phaetos, right?
There you go.
All right. So whenever you're done, we'll kick it over to phaetos. So for phaetos's response, and the first question is, what made you want to start streaming? I mean, streaming is a real hard thing to get into, and it you got to get that schedule right, and you got to get the right game. You don't want it to be oversaturated and everything. So what actually made you want to start doing it?
Yeah. So that's a good question. So I mean, if we go back, let's say, I'm 30 now. Let's go back 20 years to when I'm 10. My uncle was a huge video gamer. So he literally would like order consoles from Japan, get them sent over, play the Japanese games, and I would watch him. literally just like, watch him play like in the living room, and I was just like, this is so awesome. I'm doing it in person, and then kind
Mhm.
of as the platform developed for, Mixer and Twitch and YouTube and Facebook and everything, it was one of those things where I still have my day job, and I work, mergers and acquisitions for corporations, but I had the opportunity with everything going on now with quarantine to just kind of leap in with both feet,
Right, right.
and just kind of have fun with it. It gives me the ability to have that flexibility, now because working remotely. So, I have the ability to stream. Sometimes I'm night streaming and working the graveyard shift, and I'll have, big numbers. Sometimes it's during the day and it's smaller numbers to medium numbers. It just kind of varies. But I guess really what kind of got me into it is just kind of having the opportunity, and always having a love for video games. So I just kind of figured, why not enjoy that with other communities and stream, and get
Mhm.
to share that ability, with people that can watch me play video games like I used to,
Yeah.
do with my uncle when I was younger.
All right. Phaetos, same question. What made you want to start streaming?
Oh, well, streaming. Um, I've always been a gamer. I grew up in the 70s and 80s,
Mhm.
as a kid. Yeah, I'm dating myself. Atari 2600 days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's all right.
um,
We're all getting up in our years, so
yeah, so I've always played games, and I've loved doing it. We just never had the funds,
right.
to keep up with that kind of thing. I mean, we were middle class.
Hmm.
Um, so I fell off for a while, got back into it, and then somewhere along the way, I found Justin.tv,
Okay.
the precursor to Twitch.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I remember looking at that going, people can sit here and play games on the internet for people to watch. I like this idea.
Right. Right. Right.
And just, it was always times that I've tried to get into it, never
Hmm.
had the hardware or internet or whatever to be able to do it. And then I found, and I'm going to shout out a large streamer at the moment, Dan's Gaming.
Oh, okay. I
If
know
y'all
Dance
have ever
Gaming. Yep.
seen him, one of the first people I followed on Twitch. And think I have been following him for going on 6 or 7 years now.
Okay.
And I'm looking at him going, well, if he can do this,
Right.
so can
Right.
I.
That's the perfect
Um,
attitude.
Right.
yeah.
Right.
And like I said, time, money, hardware, it finally kind of all fell into place starting around December of last year.
Okay.
And I was like, Mixer, it's there. It's not as saturated as Twitch is.
Hmm.
Let's give it a shot. So I did. And then, like I said, when my first live streams, Robot comes in and tells me what the hell I'm doing wrong,
Right.
and pushes me.
Right. Right.
So, and then of course, Mixer shut down, and here we all are.
Yeah. The Mixer shutdown affected quite a few streamers, myself, big time, because I wasn't like really well known, but I was known. You know what I mean? And when Mixer shut down, like my world crumbled, and I was like, okay, well, I guess this is a fresh start for me, because I was streaming this exact same game over and over and over again, and I was starting to get real burnt out on it. So I mean, this Twitch, switching over to Twitch was a big thing for me, but I was able to make the affiliate. Phaetos, I believe you're an affiliate as well.
I did. Yes,
All right, and
end of August.
oh, congrats on that. And Dreamer, I know that you're not quite there. What is it? This isn't one of the questions that I sent you
Oh
guys
no, it's
beforehand, but
fine.
what all is it that you're missing to become that affiliate?
I think mine really is the view count. So maintaining that view count, I have such huge fluctuations, and it always makes me laugh because, I'll get my stream review sent to me, and I'm like, I have like 29 unique viewers. And I was like, oh, okay, all right, but I'll average like two and
Got
a
you.
half, and I'm like, oh, okay, and I have a couple of people that I have that'll come into my stream and really sit with me and talk. and people that I play with, that are,
Yeah, yeah.
become pretty good friends and stuff. But
Well,
that's really just been the main thing. I mean, I think I hit my 50 followers in like 2 weeks.
Hey,
there you
Jedi.
go.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah, so I hit that pretty quickly. The day streaming, the availability, so that was pretty easy. But it's really that viewership, and I think a lot of that just comes from, again, like you said, the market, the
Mhm.
saturation, the big streamers, the people that are out there now.
Right, right.
You kind of have to, you got to put on a show. You're a showman. You're playing your game, you're enjoying it, but
Mhm.
you're also there for the audience. And that kind of is a different way to approach it
Awesome.
and go
Glad
at
you
it.
can hear it.
Now, this is another question that I didn't send you guys, but I didn't even think about it until just now. But you don't have to give like a real big response to it. It's really straightforward. It's what was the very first game that you guys can remember playing? Mine was Sonic. I started playing Sonic when I was about 2 years old. I started playing Sonic, and when I started with Sonic, I was two, and then it just escalated into what it is now. So, what was it for you guys that you remember the earliest game that you can remember playing?
Uh, if I'm trying to think back, I rem the I remember playing Duck Hunter, like
Okay,
on I think that was the Super Nintendo, where
uh, the
when
original
it,
Duck Hunt was on the regular Nintendo.
yeah, and then when they brought the like actual like the clicking gun was Super Nintendo, I think.
I had it with the regular Nintendo.
So maybe it was
Um,
Nintendo then. Yeah.
yeah.
So I remember like the earliest game playing was like Duck Hunter, and then consistently that I had that I was really into was Double Dragon. I don't know if you remember that game.
Oh, I remember Double Dragon.
Yeah, like a co-op, like that
Hmm.
was a very big thing. I know that like, for me and my cousins and friends, that was just like, oh, let's sit down and like play this, and like we're, working together and we're a team, and and
Hmm.
the difficulty levels.
All right, Phaedos, what about you? Earliest game you remember playing?
Uh, yeah, I'm gonna have to go way back. Um, it would have been. Are we talking console or like arcade?
Either one is fine. Just the earliest memory of the game.
Let's see. Um, that. Uh, hang on, I'm trying to think of what the name of Pitfall on
Oh,
Atari
Pitfall.
2600.
Oh, Pitfall. I love Pitfall. That was my dad's big game, and he got me into it shortly after Sonic. He was pushing for Pitfall and pushing for it, and I fell in love with it. That side scroller, love it. Okay, so getting back on task here with the questions that you guys know is coming. Like I said, there will probably be some that just pop in my head, and I can always just replace some of the questions that I sent you guys. What is the main game that you like to stream? Like for me, as of recently, Phaedos, you know this, I've been doing a lot of Spellbreak. But if you had to pick like one game that you would consider as your main, what would it be?
State of Decay 2.
State of Decay 2?
Yep.
That's
All
a
right.
good one.
What about you, David?
Uh, I'm gonna say it's probably split between Apex and Modern Warfare right now.
Yeah, I see a lot of Apex players and a lot of the Modern Warfare players. I actually going into this, I actually went on both of you guys' channels and was looking at some stuff and trying to get a basic feel for everything that you guys have been doing. So I looked at your, the common games that you guys stream and everything. Um, so is there any games that you're looking forward to that's coming out recently that you want to think about streaming later on, or like maybe switching to a different style of game later on with your streams?
I think for me, one of the big ones is Cyberpunk.
Okay.
So I'm really looking forward to that. The whole premise of it, I think, and the work that they've put into it, it looks like it's gonna have a lot of time and effort, for someone to kind of really get into the nitty gritty of it, and
Yeah,
and
right.
go into all those little corners and back alleys and figure things out. I'm very big into that. I was really big into Assassin's Creed for that reason. So when I used to play that on Xbox, like I would go through like all the missions. I would try to go to all the destinations, the areas. Like, I get very into those kinds of games. So I'm looking
Right,
forward
right.
to that. And also Cold War. I'm, Call of Duty person. I've been playing it for, the old Modern Warfare, and even before that, playing all the way back. I've been a pretty faithful, customer to them, and it really looks like they're trying to bring a lot of different things to the Call of Duty franchise with Warzone, and
Hmm.
developing on that, and the foundation and backbone that and Black Ops 4 did with like the battle royale feel. So I think it's gonna be interesting to see and play those
Hmm.
games.
Definitely. Phaetos, what about you? Any other games that looking up that that's coming out recently or whatever that you are looking into streaming or?
Cyberpunk 2077.
Okay. All right. Fair, fair. Yeah.
That's the big one I'm waiting for.
Yeah. For me, again, it'll come into play a little bit later on um, when I go over upcoming games and the release and everything. Game that I'm looking forward to, and I'm a huge, huge Star Wars nerd, and that is the Star Wars Squadrons. I am really looking forward to that. But I'll get into that later on. And if you guys stick around for it, then awesome. I'm not going to force you guys to stick around for the entire thing. So next question. Are you guys, either one of you, looking to like join an esports team? Like I know a lot of people are really wanting to do that. They really want to go to the tournaments and everything. So are either one of you guys looking to join a team?
Um, so for me, I currently work with an esports org called Indulgent.
Okay.
So they're kind of in the process now of kind of putting together sort of what that foundation is going to look like in the organization. We do have some pretty strong leaders that are in the organization that I work with, so I'm happy about that. But I'm always open to things. So however that shakes out, the kind of people that I meet along the way,
Mhm.
I'm always open to different opportunities. I've always kept my career wise outside of gaming has always been as a contractor.
Got
So
you.
I always worked the ability to move around, work with different groups, organizations, help them build, lend my expertise wherever I can. So I'm kind of open to, whatever the road kind of lays out there.
All right. And I'm seeing that Phaetos, you're having some kind of an audio issue.
Yeah, apparently they can't hear me on the stream.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and unmute your stream here, and we'll get this figured out. And I'm seeing that Phaetos, you're having some kind of an audio issue. Okay, I see Titan's in there, so Titan's really good at helping us out with this. So okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Yeah, they can't hear me at all. What the hell? All right, now let's try that again.
No, we can't. No. Okay, I see Titan's in there, so Titan's really good at.
Oh, I hate this audio delay.
Right. No, still not picking you up.
Well, why not is the better question.
Right.
You can hear me.
Yeah, I hear you fine. Dreamer, can you hear him okay?
Yeah, I hear him all right.
Yeah, and y'all can hear me, and it was working before we started this.
Right. Hold on, I'm gonna.
And I know it was working last night because I was using it.
I'm going to unmute. Okay, I can hear you on Dreamer's stream. Dreamer, go ahead and say something. Let me see if I can hear you.
Yeah. I'm coming through clearly, and both of you guys are coming through on my stream.
Okay, so it's.
So y'all can hear me on the stream, your streams.
Yeah. It's just on your stream that they're not able to hear you on.
When when I have issues like this, I always think back that I'm so happy I worked in audiovisual for so long.
No, it's still. Then what the hell? Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on.
Issues like this, I always think back that I'm so happy I worked in audiovisual for so long.
Wait a minute. Hang on. Now does it work?
Go ahead and say something else.
I did. Hang on. Now does it work? Now we go.
There it is.
Got it.
All right. All right. There we go.
Oh, and by the way, I have the Zoom meeting window done as a window capture into my stream here, so
Yeah,
that
yeah.
people can still see us.
All right. All right. Now we can move right along. Again, everybody.
Sorry about that.
And this is the first episode that we're doing, and I am having a lot of issues with it for my stream, so I'm not even streaming it. I'm just going to record it and put it on YouTube later on, and work out all the kinks for the next episode. Which, by the way, we are moving from Thursday to Saturday, so we're going to start doing it on Saturday evenings. Mainly because of my work schedule, and I'm bringing on a co-host. That way, it's not just me that you guys are talking to. We can bounce back and forth. We can play off of each other and all that. So, the next question, and phaetos, me and you talked about this earlier. Um, do you have any sponsors, and would you like to go ahead and knock out all your sponsor stuff? I'll go ahead and do my sponsors. I'm sponsored by like everybody else, Triumph Gaming. They sponsor just about everybody, and I'm also sponsored by Raz Energy, and I'm waiting and hoping and praying that my sponsorship goes through with 5 Hour Energy. So, what sponsors do you guys have, if any?
Well, technically, according to Rep Sports, Raise Energy, same people you've got.
Yeah.
It's not a sponsorship because they're not giving us anything free in exchange for advertising. It's an
Right.
affiliation.
Yeah. Technicalities.
Now, of course, I've got legal technicalities.
Yeah,
yes.
that's why I said technicalities, but still.
I have also got Raise Energy. Fantastic stuff. I actually love it much more so than Monster. It's fantastic. I am also now affiliated with Esports Furniture, which does more than just gaming chairs and more than one type of brand of chair. They have desks, they have accessories, they have 6 different brands of chairs that they sell. Anywhere from Ewin to DX Racer to Cougar to Thermal Take, and a couple of other ones that I haven't heard of before.
Okay.
Those are my 2 current affiliations.
And what about you, Dreamer? Anything?
No, nothing on my end now. Like I said, I'm kind of starting the tramp, the climb up the hill to start reaching out, working with people. There's a couple that I have that I'd be excited to work with. So we'll see how that goes. One of them being Fit Aid. I don't know if you've heard of them. They do the Focus Aid drinks.
Okay.
Yeah, very, very organic, vegan, all that kind of stuff, the healthier route. I've been moving over into like clean eating and things of that nature. So that kind of just like aligned with me, and I've used their stuff before. So, maybe bring them over into the gaming industry and see if that might be a foothold they can, tap into.
Okay. You actually answered the next question of if you have any sponsor, who would it be? You just answered that question, so I'm going to go ahead and kick it straight to phaetos. And what sponsor, if you could pick anybody, what is the one sponsor that you would pick?
That's a tough one.
Right.
That really is a tough one, and I've been thinking about that the last couple of days, and I know I'm going to sound really geeky and technical and nerdy at this point. I would love to be sponsored by like Elgato.
Okay. All right, okay. For
Yeah.
me,
Elgato, Corsair, that
yeah,
conglomerate.
yeah. For me, like I said, I've got the 5 Hour Energy sponsorship. It's not in the bag or anything, but it's I'm pushing towards it and everything. And I'm also, I don't know if you guys know or not, but I saw earlier that Spellbreaker is actually looking for content creators to become affiliated with. There's a bunch of stuff that you can get from
Oh,
that. I
oh, I
saw that
hadn't seen
earlier.
that.
Yeah, but the catch is, whether it be on YouTube or on Twitch or anything else, you have to have 1,000 followers before they'll even consider you.
That's
So
quite a few of the
right,
larger stuff. Yeah.
right. Um, so next question. This I'm really excited to hear this one, and I'll give you a little bit of insight on mine. It's where's your name come from? For me, I'm a huge wrestling fan, like a professional wrestling fan. I actually used to do professional wrestling before I blew out my knee when I was 21. Um, and that I'm going to do a whole episode behind that aspect of time period of my life. And I used to always say that I was more awesome than the Miz. And my first name is Paul. I do not like my first name. I was named after my father. So I just slapped a P in front of it, and the one. So it's P Awesome One. So if you really think about it, it's Paul Awesome One.
Yeah.
But I realized that it was a mouthful, so I shortened it. As you guys can see with my logo, I shortened it to P1. So we'll start with phaetos this time. Where does your name come from?
Okay. Well, everybody thinks it sounds Greek.
Okay.
um, which I guess you could go with that. Way back, thank you, dear. In the early days of the internet, back in the 90s, when I was first getting on, the precursor to Discord and Instant Messenger and Yahoo and all that was called IRC.
All right. Yeah.
Internet Relay Chat.
Yeah.
And it was, chat rooms like this. So I needed a name. I'd been out to the store. I was looking at some car magazines. I was like, oh, these are really awesome. I was sitting there. I got home. I was like, I'm going to use one of those names.
Okay.
I misspelled it.
Got you.
It's supposed to be Phaeton, which is the really the really expensive Rolls Royce model.
Okay.
I misspelled it and put an S.
And it just kind of stuck since then.
And it stuck. So it's been around for 20 something years.
Oh,
If you see a phaetos and it's not me, it's not me.
I actually ran into that problem when I made the switch over to Twitch. I originally went to try to use my mixer name of Possum One. Somebody already took it, so I had to make it real Possum One. And the funny thing is, one of my streams, the fake Possum One popped into my stream, and he said, I'm sorry for stealing your name. I'm just a big fan, and I wanted to do something. I was like, so you're kind of like you're trying to piggyback off of me. But I mean, I can't even be mad because he said he was a real big fan. So I mean,
hey, that's
I'm not upset about
flattery,
it. So,
right?
right? Yeah. Imitation is the greatest form of flattery. Or yeah, I said that right.
I'm pretty sure the other ones that you're gonna find are not flattering imitations of me because nobody knows who the hell I am. At least not until the last 9 months.
Got you.
So,
got you.
If you see something that just doesn't look right, no, I should have copyrighted that name like 25 years ago.
Well, my name is copyrighted, but I just copyrighted it a little while ago, so they got away with it. I mean, again, I'm not fussed about it. So, all right, Dreamer, what about yours? Where did your name come from?
Yeah, mine has a funnier little bit, not as background detailed. So there's the music artist Childish Gambino. I don't know if you guys you've heard of him. He so he got his name from the Wu-Tang Clan name generator.
Okay.
So I put my name in and I was like, yeah, let's just go for one day. Let's see what it was like. And it came out Pesty Dreamer. And I was like, I love that. That's so awesome. And I was like, well, I want to be classy. So I threw the Mr. on front and I got Mr. Pesty Dreamer. and I really enjoyed it. I thought that was awesome. So I used it originally um, on my, let's see, what would that have been on? I think Instagram originally is when I used it. And then I thought to myself, like, hey, I love this name. I want to capitalize on it. And I just took it across all platforms. So Twitch, Instagram, YouTube.
Got
I
you,
had it
got
on
you.
Mixer. I have it on YouTube. Like I just was like, I'm just gonna go across the span, grab it where I can, and take over it. And I was able to kind of do that. So it's awesome. I love it. It's a great name. It's very catchy. You know, some people are like, hey Pesty, hey Dreamer. You know, and it kind of just
Hmm.
it has the ability to be shortened in a couple of different ways. So I've always liked it.
Shortened up. Unlike my name, it's. I mean, you can call me real, but I'm really pushing for that P1 mainly because I have P1 gloves. They're
Yeah,
awesome. Love it.
yeah.
Um, so now this one it's got nothing to do with streaming. I want to know a little bit about you. What outside of streaming, what kind of hobbies do you have? Like, what do you like to do? For me, I draw. I play music. I read because I'm a big nerd, a huge nerd. But I had a band in high school. We didn't get real far with that band, and then I right after my professional wrestling career ended, I had another band, and we were actually signed, and we actually opened up for Mushroom Head. It was really cool. But what about you guys? Tell us a little bit about what you like to do. And again, I'm gonna kick it to phaetos first.
Well, outside of here, I'm usually working.
Right, right.
Uh, this is my free time.
Okay,
I really don't do much. I don't have many hobbies that I can afford to do.
right,
I have a lot of interest I've had to put down because monetary, you know.
right. Makes sense. Yeah.
Um, I'd love to probably start maybe doing some more hunting or something. It's been years since I've done that. Um, I'm not much of an artist, which is why I'm trying to find somebody to do some logo and artwork for me because I'm not creative whatsoever.
Okay.
Uh, I used to play the piano. I played clarinet in middle school. Um, Tried to play the guitar for a while. My fingers are too damn short for the frets.
Yeah, yeah. That I got them big hands, so the guitar is real easy for me.
Yeah, I have big palms and short fingers,
Okay.
so it doesn't work real well. But other than that, I this is my free time. This is what I do to relax and chill and just get away.
Oh yeah, I mean, you got to have that outside of work. You have to have that world that you can go to and just escape reality for even if it's just for an hour or so. That way you can relieve all that stress, like you said. It's really important, especially in today's world with this whole pandemic and everything that's going on. You really need a little bit of an escape. It's the world's a scary place now, guys, and we got to face it. And I'm terrified for my children and how it's going to be when they get to our age, how the world's going to be.
Yeah.
Hopefully it'll be a lot better, like fingers crossed, but I mean it is what it is. All right, Dreamer, what about you? What hobbies do you got?
Yeah, so I'm sort of a jack of all trades, master of none. That would probably be my tombstone catchphrase if I needed something. So I play lots of sports, baseball, football, boxing. I do a lot of like outdoor activities, so boating, paddle boards, going out on jet skis, friends, barbecuing. I love to cook, so I kind of get bored with a lot of things
Hmm.
like pretty quickly. So I always just kind of like get into them and try to learn as much as I can and just pick up as much as I can from it and then kind of move on. And that really is kind of like the basis for what I do in my career as well. So that also is kind of like a hobby of mine.
Right.
I work as a consultant for Fortune 500 companies doing mergers and acquisitions, investment banking, things of that nature. So I tend to jump around a lot in what I do. So working with corporations, 3, 4, 5 months, on to the next. And that's very much how I do with my hobbies, into scotches and cigars and golf and sports. And, it's just kind of whatever kind of tickles my fancy for that day is kind of what I get into.
Right.
And even on the academia side, I know you mentioned reading. I went to school for chemistry, so grew up really into science. I still read a lot of scientific publishings. Try to see if there's areas where I can go back and talk at my university with senior classes and let them know
Hmm.
like the career options. I mean, I went from majoring in chemistry to investment banking and mergers and acquisitions. I mean, there's such a span there when you talk with people that you can share with them. I think sometimes people get so pigeonholed into what they try to do, not just with hobbies, but even their careers. So just letting people know, hey, you get out there, get involved, talk with people, socialize, interacting. And I think that's one of the big things with gaming is you have this ability to talk with people. I mean, that are
Right.
literally around the world. I mean, you can play on Apex, get on different servers, and now you're playing with people in London, you're playing with people in Japan and China, and you have these abilities to socialize with and interact with others. And
Right.
I think when you take that aspect of gaming and you kind of apply it to your personal life, I mean, sometimes just saying, hey, how's it going to people? I mean, opens doors into things that you never really would have thought of on a hobby side as well.
Right. Right. And I'm glad you said that you're in the sports. I love sports. I'm a big sports guy. Now this is another one of those questions that pop up, and I don't know, Phaetos, I don't know if you're real into sports. But Dreamer, you mentioned football, and we are in the middle, well, not the middle, the start of the football season, and I got my boys. My boys are really into football as well. I've got two little ones, 7 and 4. So the 4-year-old really doesn't know
Mhm.
what's going on and everything, but he sees me turn it on and football,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
and so what's your, if you watch football, what's your team?
So I am a Raiders fan.
Okay.
Yeah, diehard Raiders fan. We're okay. we're,
Okay.
we're all right. We've had our setbacks. I
Well,
think we've had, yeah.
I
I
was gonna
I,
say
I support them.
yeah, your team is much better than my team, and my team has been my team from the very beginning, from the first time I started watching football with my dad when I was real little, and that is the Cleveland Browns.
I was gonna
So
say Browns or Bengals. I was
the
like, is he get?
Browns, like I'm a die-hard Browns fan.
Yeah,
Like, and I do the same thing every season. I sit down, I get ready for that kickoff. I got a
yeah,
beer,
yeah.
beer in
Did y'all
hand.
get, was it
What
the
was-
Browns or the Bengals that got Joe Burrow?
Joe Burrow, I believe he went to the Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals. Okay.
Yeah. But the thing that threw me off with this football season was the Browns actually played last Thursday. So I'm going, 10 days without watching my Brownies. So I'm like, I mean, I guess I can watch another team, but I feel like I'm cheating on the Browns. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? What about you, Phaedos? You have a favorite team?
Not really. And I'm gonna get slightly, very, very slightly political here.
Okay.
I cannot stand pro football.
Yeah.
Oh no, no. If I had a choice,
Um,
I would be watching college ball over anything, or even
I
high school
much
ball.
prefer college ball because the competitive nature is still there.
Exactly, and
It's
that's
not.
why
I'm getting paid to show up for 4 hours and get
exactly.
$500,000.
That's
Mhm.
why I prefer. I love the college ball. I love it way more than the NFL. I will gladly sit down and watch my Ohio State Buckeyes any day of the week.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
But if I
All right.
had,
So now to answer the
okay,
actual
go ahead, go ahead.
question,
Yeah, go ahead.
I grew up in South Louisiana.
Okay,
So
LSU.
LSU,
LSU.
national champs. You
I
got to
Yeah.
go
cannot.
for them.
Yeah, I cannot talk bad about LSU. I think LSU is an amazing team.
And
Um,
as an offside, I pay attention to the Saints. I
Mhm.
wouldn't say that I'm the biggest supporter of them.
Mhm.
I've been there through, the days where the own fans were showing up with bags over their heads,
Yeah.
I'm that every year, man. So I'm a Browns fan. are they doing good this game? What's going on? But like I was gonna say though, if I had to choose between watching NCAA or watching the NFL, I would go NCAA any day of the week. But
Yeah.
to piggyback off of that, I would watch high school football over the NCAA because at that high school age, they're really fighting to get into college, get that scholarship, to get
They're still
recognized. So
fighting a
they
lot harder.
really want it. Yeah, you see that fire and the intensity in their eyes. College, it's still there, but they're looking forward to that multi-million-dollar contract. You know, but if, like I said, if I had to choose anything, it would be NCAA or that high school ball. Like I said, they want it more. So moving on to the next question. For me, actually, one of my biggest the question is, who are your biggest supporters? And one of my biggest supporters is actually in your chat there, phaetos, and that is Titan. Him and Sparkle are my two biggest Twitch supporters. Outside of Twitch, though, my wife is hands down my number one supporter. I brought up to her when I first started getting back into the swing of things with the streams of like, I don't know if I want to do this. How do you feel about it? And she was pushing me, and she still pushes me to this day. Like when I told her that I was going to do the show, she asked me, what it was about, what I was going to do with it. And a lot of my buddies are like, well, I don't know how that's going to go. My wife is like, hey, you got to do it. You're going to do it like this. You're going to kill it. It's going to be great. So, what about you guys? This time, I'm going to kick it to Dreamer first. Who are some of your, either in real life or in the Twitch universe, who are
Yeah.
some of your biggest supporters?
So probably so digital side, Twitch and so on, probably some of my biggest supporters is going to be, well, in real life as well, my sister actually. So she streams like with a way bigger crowd, made affiliate pretty quickly.
Mm-hmm.
She's on there. So she goes by Bratty Uwu. So BRATTYUWU underscore. And that's kind of what got me into streaming. So she never was a big video game player, wasn't a big fan. And I was like, you should try Fortnite. It's fun, like something to do. And then I was like, oh my gosh, she's kicking the crap out of people playing Fortnite and just dominating. And then she started playing Apex and Call of Duty, and she's like getting in with bigger lobbies and playing with people.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, you know what, like she's like, you should try it. You'll have fun, you have the time, you're good at video games too. So she's probably on both ends one of the bigger supporters that I have. The other one would probably be Wazo Size. He plays in my org. He plays competitive Apex. And
Okay.
then also King Clark. So those three have kind of been my big supporters, and kind of just being like, hey man, stop it in the chat, like keep going, hosting me, coming in with like a raid or whatever the case is. And then my sister for both the in real life and
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
she's really been, a part of it. And, her chat and stuff has always been cool. They'll come in and they're like, hey, we see you're on, like, what's going on? Like, we're here, Bratty supporters, we're in the Brat Pack and blah, blah, blah. So it's kind of cool to share that, like, hey, we both kind of do the same thing, enjoy the same hobbies.
Okay. What about you, phaetos? Who's some of your biggest supporters?
Well, I'm going to start with my wife.
Of course.
And by support, she puts up with me doing it.
Right.
She knows that this is somewhere that I want to try. I want to build up. I want to go somewhere with it because I
Right.
want to get out of out of the job that we're in.
Right.
We work retail.
That's
So
I work retail also, so
7 day a week. We're always open. We're closed 1 day a year.
right.
If the power goes out, we're still open. It
Right.
doesn't matter. So we want to get away from that. And this is an opportunity and a way for me to one, to come out of my shell and grow as a person. And two, to be able to provide for us and it not have to be 10 and 12 hour work days,
Right.
5 and 6 days a week.
Right.
So she puts up with me being in here in my room while she sits on the couch and binge watches Netflix.
Right, right.
On the digital side, of course, we've already mentioned him, Asian Robot. He
Yeah,
has been there for me from day one. He's been there to answer my questions. He's been there to listen and let me bounce off my frustrations and growing.
right, right.
Um, Past that, Titan and Sparkle, both of them, they're there every single stream.
Exactly. Like I love them
Um,
too.
it's just every single stream they're there. My other biggest supporter is Digi 16-bit. In fact, I told you possibly try getting him on one of your shows.
Yeah, yeah. I'm gonna be reaching
Um,
out to him this week to see if I can't get him on for the next one.
yeah, he's just now getting back into streaming. He used to be big, a few years ago. He took some time off and got away from it. He is a discharged military vet. Um, and I don't know whatever it is he does on the side to make all the rest of his money.
Hmm.
But we have been both big supporters of each other getting
Right,
back into it. And he actually told me on his first test stream back a week ago that watching me and helping me and being there for me to grow actually really kicked him up into wanting to get back into it and start doing it again.
right. And building off of what you were talking about with Asian Robot, um, Dreamer. If you haven't caught any of his streams or you haven't actually talked to him, I would really suggest talking to him because he will give you so much support and he will, tell you exactly like he did with phaetos. He did the exact same thing with me. He popped in one of my streams and was telling me, hey, you're doing this wrong, you got to do this, you got to start doing this, why don't you look into doing this? And he was actually before I came up with before I publicized the idea of the show, I went to him and was talking to him about it and bouncing the idea off of him and seeing if it was worth it, if he thought people would watch it. And he told me, and he would be honored to be on it. He knows that I would kill it because he knows the type of person I am. I'm really energetic. I'm not so energetic today, but that was because I had my work day,
Yeah.
and like I said, I work in retail. I work for Walmart. I'm one of their managers there, and I had to unload a truck. I had to throw a truck today, so that thing it takes a lot out of you.
Mhm.
So I'm like kind of down, but like I was saying though, Dreamer, if you haven't already talked to him, he will tell you everything that you need
Yeah.
to do to get that affiliated, and not only that, but he will bring you into the community that I'm a part of, and we will build you up with so much. We'll get so many people to watch you and pop in and out of your stream. They won't always make every one,
Yeah.
but they will definitely help you out with this. So like I said, and this is I will shout him out till I'm my voice is completely gone. He is one of the best streamers I have ever seen. I'm hoping Phaetos, I hope you agree with that of him being an amazing streamer. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
Very entertaining, very entertaining, and my wife and my kids absolutely adore him. He actually sings to my wife whenever I go in and I tell him, hey, Amanda, that's my wife. Amanda says hi. He'll actually sing to her. He started doing it a long time ago. The show on Netflix, the Witcher.
Mhm.
You get
Hmm.
well that he started singing that song, and my wife thought that I was watching The Witcher, and I told him about it. So now anytime I pop in, I go, "Hey, Amanda says hi." He'll sing the song to her
That's funny.
every time. And my son, my oldest son Logan, he started playing baseball, and I just told him about it in passing in one of his streams because he asked me what was going on. I said, "Oh well, Logan's got a baseball game. He's a little nervous for it. It's his first one." Him and Kaz, both put him through the like took put him on a rocket ship, flew him up to the moon and everything because they were telling him, "Hey, don't be afraid. You're gonna do great. Let me know how it goes. Take pictures. I want to see video. All this." So I took all these pictures, took video, and I don't know if either of you were following me on Twitter then, but I posted them on Twitter, and they blew him through the moon, and like it gave him a big smile and everything. He just went back to school, and they told him, have a good day, first day back at school and everything. They're just both both him and his wife Kaz. They're amazing people, and I love them both to death. And that's
Yeah, I
that's right
must have
here, man.
missed that. Kaz is fantastic too.
Oh
She's
yeah,
awesome. You
I
don't see her
love her.
around much sometimes, but
Yeah.
she's always there.
So my last question, um, I'm gonna go ahead and say, if you had to pick one, we'll do one IRL and one digital number one fan. Um, for me, my number one IRL fan is definitely my wife, definitely. And for digital, and I'm sorry to say it, I know one of them is watching for sure, and that's telling. I apologize to him, but Sparkle is by far my number one fan. Like, she, by far, she is the leader of the loyalty points that I've got going on. She actually made sure that I got 10 subscribers, and I still owe her. I haven't forgotten. The scheduling has been off. I told her it was just a joke. I told her that if I got 10 subscribers, that I would wax my chest on a live stream. I hit the 10 subscribers, and she went through the roof, and she's so excited for it. And I haven't forgotten. I will do it. But Sparkle is by far my number one digital fan. We'll kick it to Phaetos first. What about you?
Well, obviously, real life, I'm gonna have to go with my wife,
Well, I mean,
because
that,
she,
that,
like I
that,
said,
that
she supports me.
well,
Um,
that's without saying, because I mean, if we
yeah,
go with anybody other than our wives, I mean, doghouse
we
instantly.
might all be dead before the end of the night.
Exactly.
um, digital. I'm gonna have to split it. It's got to be a tie. It's between Titan and Digi.
Okay.
They've both been there for me from the beginning. From the beginning of my Twitch days over here, and they're there every single time. It doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes or if they're there for the entire 4 or 5 hours.
Right.
They're always there, and I can't split the two.
Right. All right. What about you, Dreamer?
So digitally, it's probably going to be High Charity. So High Charity comes into my stream. I mean, first follower, comes in, chit chats, hey, hangs out, always has something to say. Originally was playing on console, was like, hey, I'm coming to PC, I'm excited, maybe we could play a round or two together on Apex. So every now and then we'll play together. But digitally, probably, yeah, the biggest supporter, always there, comes in pretty much for every stream, even if it's just to say hey. And then in real life, it's probably going to be a tie between my sister and my mom. So they just kind of come in, they're always like, hey, how was your stream? Did you have a good time? Did you win? And so it's cool. Like I said, me and my sister can kind of share that. And then,
Mm-hmm.
my mom just kind of there like, hey, that's, good job for you, whatever you want to pursue, if it's hobby, career, however it turns out,
Right.
good for you. And for me, that's kind of what it is. I have no wife or kids, so it's kind of just me and my big dog, so he's my companion right now. And,
Right.
he stays quiet, so that's kind of a good support for the stream. He doesn't bark too much.
I'm glad you said something about your mom, because family is number one in my book. I have canceled so many streams that because of family issues, or because one of my boys is like, Daddy, can we do this?
Mm,
Like, Daddy, can we play this? Daddy, can we do this? Like, my one son, I'm actually teaching him how to play chess.
mm,
He wanted to learn how to play chess, so I told him, I will definitely tell him and show him how to play chess. He also wants me to teach him how to play Risk, and he wants me to teach him how to throw a football. So when it comes down to it, my family comes before literally everything else.
yeah.
Um, and I hope you guys feel the same way. That family, and I know phaetos, I know you agree because again, if we do not say anything about our wives, then we are in a whole different ball game of trouble. And Dreamer, if you're not married, if you ever plan to get married, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Like
Yeah.
it's
Yeah, and for me, it's the same thing. Our family is very old school, so it's always been family first. Very to quote The Godfather, you never take sides against the family.
exactly.
Yeah, so that's the way we were raised. I mean, I don't care. Like I might not like my cousin and we don't get along, for instance, for an example, but
Hmm.
it's like that's us. Anyone else, like, no, family, same way. Arguments, whatever the case is, family comes first above all else for, decisions, things we need to do, take care of each other, help each other out, whatever it is. Shirt off my back to anyone in my family and vice versa. That's the way we were
Right,
raised. And
right.
and we try to definitely follow that through and through, to the end. If I have $10, like, hey, guess what, you have $10. It's not
Yeah,
like
right, right.
I can give you five and I'm keeping five. It's like, you need 10, like, that's all you. That's not a problem. I'll figure it out, help it to help you. So that's the way we are.
Now, that's all of the interview questions that I had for you guys. I'm coming up to the part of the 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 show where I will start talking about upcoming games and any and things of that nature and all the final statements, and I'll be plugging my stream, and if you guys want to go ahead and plug your stream, I don't have an issue with it. I'm not streaming right now, but it will be on my YouTube.
Mm.
And if both of you guys don't mind, I would love throwing on my YouTube. If not, then I can wait and I can add it to um my afterthoughts whenever I do the just me portion of it, where it's just me talking about my upcoming streams and everything. That portion of it's going to be on the YouTube, but it's not going to be part of the live recording in the live video for both of your guys' streams. Um, so if either one of you have an issue with it, I will not throw it out. But if you guys are both okay with it, then I will go ahead and tell everybody that's watching if they missed part of it, where to find it on YouTube.
Yeah.
Are
No, that's fine.
Yep,
okay,
fine with me.
now for those who are watching this, the quote unquote live recording, you can find it if you missed a part of it. And I know in Phaedos's chat, I saw somebody say that they just got here, so they missed a good portion of it. You can find it on YouTube at it's going to be Real Possum One, RealPawesomene. I will have it edited and put up there by Sunday. So we'll record it tonight. I'll edit it tomorrow and Saturday, and I don't have much editing to do because I mean we were fantastic on the no swearing thing. I absolutely love it, so I don't have to go through and hit that button, that censor button 1.5 million times. So it'll be a real quick and easy upload. So if you guys
Well,
want
damn, I
to,
didn't do my job very well then.
well, I mean, like I said, I wanted to keep it more towards that PG. Like, if you watch my streams or if you're in my streams and Phaedos, you know how I am on my stream. I'm as bad as a sailor in that.
Me too.
It's bad, but this is just us three talking, so it was a little bit easier for me to censor myself. Um, but like I said, if you guys don't want to, you guys do not have to be in a part of the next part. But I will say this, for the YouTube section, this for the YouTubers. If you're watching this on YouTube and you have any questions for either one of these streamers, comment and I will ask them and I will make sure you get your response back. Unless they don't feel like answering it, I'm not going to if you ask something stupid, I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, so and so wants to know what your shoe size is. It's got to be something important, like
Size 12.
okay, well, there you go. There you go. He wears size 12 shoes. There you go. I hope you're happy with that one random guy. And so like I was saying, you don't have to take part of this if you don't want to. This is the upcoming games that I'm looking forward to, and I have a list of all the games that are coming out till the end of the month. And then after that, I'm going to talk about the featured game for this week that I really dug into, and I would love for you guys to be a part of that and to give your input on it. We're
Sure.
this
Yeah.
this is a kind of like the afterthought. It's not gonna be like another 45 minutes or anything. I'm talking maybe like 10-15 minutes tops. So I heard you both say you're in. So I
Yeah.
appreciate that. And this part again is for the YouTube. Actually, no, I'll do it afterwards. I was gonna throw on my stream, but if since you guys are sticking around for the entire time, go ahead and throw out your Twitter handles and your Twitch handles and everything for my YouTube version, where where people can find you at phaetos. Go ahead and tell them all your stuff, and then we'll kick it to Dreamer so he can tell say all his stuff for my YouTube audience. So go ahead, phaetos.
Well, if you look up there on my video feed, that nice little CNN looking news thing I've got going, I've kind of already got it on there. My Twitter
Oh,
handle
all right,
is
all right.
phaetos L. I do have an Instagram. It is phaetos layer. That is LAIR. Of course, I'm here on Twitch at /phaetos. Um, I'm always doing something. I'm around there somewhere. You're not going to miss me.
All right, and Dreamer, what about you?
Yeah, so my at is going to be at mrpestydreamer. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, same thing. And then on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/mrpestydreamer. Stop in, give a follow, say hey. I communicate with everyone. A lot of friends, that I have in real life and stuff that, comment on pictures, comments, things of that nature. So always looking for more people to interact with, especially during these times, quarantine. Sometimes people kind of get in their heads and you kind of need that outlet. Like, hey, stop in,
Right,
say
right.
hi, pop in. Maybe there's a game you want me to try out or play. I'm always interested in trying new things, and we'll go from there.
Oh, all right, now we're gonna go ahead and switch
Yo, Pun
gears.
City. Hey, what's up, bro?
Oh, puns! I love puns. Puns are amazing. I love the name Pun City. Great. I actually have something in my stream that I do. I do dad jokes. Love them. Love dad jokes. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into the next portion. And now this is a list of games from today to the end of September. Well, not the end, but September 29th. So the next 5 days, as of this recording, of games that are coming out. I don't know if you guys have heard of all of these or have not heard or anything like that. But today, Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 Complete Edition was released for PC and Switch. I played Roller Coaster Tycoon 3 a long, long time ago when it was on the PC, and it was all the computers were real slow and everything. Another game that came out, another two games came out today. Serious Sam 4 for PC. Tennis World Tour 2 came out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, the Switch, and PC. And then you guys can feel free to jump in at any time. Just go ahead and cut me off if you've heard of it or if you've seen anything or anything like that with it. The next three games are coming out on September 25th, and that's Mafia Definitive Edition. I've seen a little bit with that one.
Mhm.
That is going to be for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and the PC as well. Port
Hmm.
Royal 4. I have not seen anything on this one yet. That's coming out for PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. And then Troll Hunters, Defenders of Arcadia, I believe that's how it's pronounced. Again for PS4, Xbox One, Switch, and PC. And then the last two games are coming out.
Speaking of,
Oh, go ahead.
oh, go ahead. Sorry, I was talking
Uh,
to chat.
okay, the last two games that are coming out this month are Spelunky 2, that comes out September 29th for PC, and Warsaw for PlayStation 4, also September 29th. And I love that shirt. That is an amazing, amazing shirt. Die hard Star Wars fan. Love it. And Pun City, I'm so glad that you mentioned
Hmm.
Squadrons is the featured game of the month. Um, I told you guys going into it that I had a featured game. This week is Star Wars Squadrons. I think I said that earlier. Diehard Star Wars fan. It's coming out for PS4, Xbox One, and PC on October 2nd. And I am going to be getting it, and I'm going to be streaming it, and I'm going to be playing it nonstop until I get everything unlocked.
Yeah, season 2 in October.
Oh yeah, October 30th. I have it on my calendar.
Yep.
Diehard Star Wars fan. Dreamer, are you a Star Wars fan at all, or?
No, I am. I enjoy Star Wars. Kind of got into Star Wars late. Wasn't too big of a fan on it, and then I kind of started getting into it probably a couple of years ago, and I was like, all right, I get the hype now. I understand where I'm
Yeah.
missing things. I started getting into Star Wars, Star Trek. I was just like, oh man, like I've been missing a lot of like a whole huge just chunk of awesomeness that's been out there.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Love Star Wars. Now, from the research that I've done for Squadrons, the game itself is developed by Motive, and it's an EA game, so automatically EA games, love EA games. But I've done a little bit of research on it. I haven't done a lot. I'm gonna have a little bit more build up on it when I do the just YouTube portion of the show, where I go into depth of the game. I've seen that their seasons of it's going to be called. Let me look at my notes here. They're going to be called operations, and it's an 8-week thing. And just like everything else, you get unique cosmetic stuff. The thing that I'm looking forward to is that the ranking system, you get certain helmets for your pilot. The ranking system, it's Maverick, Hotshot, Hero, Valiant, Legend, and then Galactic Ace. And the thing that I love about it is once you hit that ranking, when you get that helmet, you keep the helmet. It doesn't reset. Your level will reset, but you keep that helmet so everybody will know, hey, this last season, this guy, he was a legend. So I love that aspect of it.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I also saw. This is the nerd side coming, and I had to know what ships were in the game. Had to know it. They're the two different hangars: the New Republic hangar, and obviously the the Imperial hangar. There is 4 different ships that you can do. What, baby? There is 4 different ships for the New Republic. You got the T-65 X-wing, classic. You have the BTL Y-wing bomber. You also have the RZ-1 A-wing interceptor, and lastly, you have the UT-600 U-wing support. When I do the YouTube portion, I'm going to go into deeper detail of maneuverability, visibility, all that fun stuff. And then on the Imperial side, I didn't really get to go into too much of it before we started the episode, so I will go into more detail on YouTube. So make sure you check it out. All I know right now is it does have the TIE fighter, and the TIE fighters are badass. Like I love the TIE fighters. But like I said, that part, it's a real quick thing. I'm going to do more of it for the YouTube. But I want to take this time now to say thank you both for coming on and talking with me and letting all of our viewers and everybody on YouTube and everything get to know a little bit behind in this case, the man behind the stream. I know a lot of people. I know one person in particular. They play a character on their Twitch, on their streams. They play a character. That's one route to do to go. And the one that I'm talking about is Tobias, the wrestling or the gaming god. I've actually talked to him as a person, man to man talk. He's real down to earth, but the character that he came up with and everything, it's phenomenal. He really puts his heart into it. So I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad that you guys came on and I got to learn a little bit more about you guys and letting our fans know a little bit more about you guys. So I appreciate that.
Yeah, most
Hey,
definitely.
no problem. I appreciate the invite to do this, and especially on the first episode.
Yeah, the debut episode, like there was a lot of issues that we had. We'll get them worked out. I would love to have you guys on it again. When we have all of the issues worked out and everything. That way we can live stream the entire thing. I'll live stream it on mine so you guys can have more people watching. From the two of you guys, it looks like we have a grand total of 8 viewers, which isn't bad.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and end the episode here. Again, thank you guys for coming out. Now, phaetos, when is the next time that we can see you stream one of your games?
Probably in an hour.
In an hour? Okay.
Probably an hour or so. Yeah. And
All
take
right.
a little break. I'll be back.
All right. And what about you, Dreamer?
I'm probably going to be on tomorrow for quite a while. Looking to be on Warzone. Going to be playing that pretty much all day, trying to get my bearings with that a little bit more. But for the rest of the night, just going to do some work and review some contracts, the fun side of everything.
Right. I'll be back tomorrow with a stream. I will be doing some more spell break tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. We have me and my wife. We'll have our youngest with us. He doesn't live with us all time. He is from a previous relationship with. So he's my son, but we don't use the word step in our house. We're a family. So we'll have him tomorrow, and 9 o'clock is his bedtime. So I'll be back then. The next episode that is going to be on Saturday. Let me look at the date here. Saturday, the
While you're
3rd. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, while you're looking for that, get both of y'all pop into my chat for a minute so that I can hit y'all on my shout outs.
I'm actually in your chat. I've got you guys up on a multi Twitch where I can pop back and forth between your guys' chats.
It's okay. Well, you might actually want to say something. It's not showing either of y'all in here.
Let's see.
Oh, I got logged out. That's why. Hold on, I gotta log back in.
I forgot.
I forgot. Remember, I had to redo the whole password and everything. So, oh, that's why it wasn't logging me in last time. I forgot one little thing on the username does not
Your number.
Oh, yeah, I forgot one small thing on the login, and now I have to redo all of this, and then I will be able to say something in your chat.
Yeah, I just want to hit y'all up with shout outs on my screen here
Right.
before we end it out.
All right, there you go.
There's Pesty. All right. Where are we?
And then I will do shout outs to you guys both in the description when I put it on YouTube, and I will do the shout out again on Twitch. I've been shouting it out all day today. I was really looking forward to recording the episode and doing it. I wish I could have gotten the live feed to work, but I mean, it is what it is. I'll have it ready for next time, and I would love to have both of you guys back on, like I said, whenever I get everything figured out and whatnot. Only next time that you guys will be on will be with a co-host, and I'm going to go ahead and let everybody know The co-host that I have is going to be Throttle. That guy Throttle. He's going to
Awesome.
co-host it with me. The only difference is him and I are going to be in the same room. I don't know if either one of you know or not, but Throttle is my, for lack of a better term, he's my brother. Him and I have known each other. Him and I have been best friends since we were, I want to say, like 7 or 8 years old. So we've known each other for pretty much forever. And he lives right down the road from me, so we're gonna be able to be in the same room. That build up off of each other it'll be really easy. So again, thank you for coming out or being part of it. Everybody that's viewing, I want to say thank you guys for popping in to the respective streams and showing that support. Continue to show that support because Twitch, when it comes to Twitch, the most important thing is the fans and the support. Make sure you support everybody that you come across and talk with them in that chat. I know this is the way I feel. I hope you guys feel the same way. I don't care if it's one person or if it's 1,000 people. If I have one person in that stream that's talking, it means the world to me, and I want to say thank you for that.
Absolutely.
So, thank you all for
Thank you, Pesty.
Thank you for coming in, saying hi. Thank you guys for letting me in your heads for a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and end the recording now. I'm gonna go ahead and end the call. So you guys enjoy Phaetos, your stream later on.
Yep.
And Dreamer, your stream tomorrow. We'll all have to catch up again soon. Phaetos, me and you're gonna have to get down on some spell break again. Last night was a lot of fun. Oh, was
That
it
was
last night?
fantastic.
No, it wasn't last night. It was the night before last.
A couple of nights ago, yeah.
Yeah. Dreamer, if you you play you're a PCer, right?
Yeah, PC.
Okay. I'll have to find a game that way me and you can get some gaming in together on the PC. So everybody again, thank you. And have a great stream, Phaetos, tonight. Dreamer, you have a great stream tomorrow.